I'm doing a cleanse today. Not a literal detox cleanse, not one of those. I'm doing a mental cleanse. I'm out in nature processing a lot of things that have happened to me in the last week and appreciating the wonderful things that I have in my life. Yesterday I had an incident with a subscriber, and anyone who does social media for a living, or even if you just do social media, you get to know people and you become friends, and you start to care about the people that you talk to online. This is complicated when you are on OF because it's a very personal, very intimate connection. Some people are there and treat it like webcamming, and they approach it like you are there, there's a service, they're paying, it's an exchange. There are some people that go there because they are lonely and they want to connect to people. The purpose of my channel is for those who want to connect. It's not a dating site. It's not a place where we're going to meet. It's not a relationship like that. It's a relationship in that we can talk about our hopes, our dreams, our fears, our past, our future, all of the things that make us us, and we can talk about the other things that people go to adult sites for. We can exchange pictures and we can talk. And because of that, our brains as humans connect to things. And how we handle those connections is kind of rooted in who we are as people and how we process relationships in general. So I have people that will subscribe to me if they're single, and then when they are dating somebody else, they will unsubscribe. If they break up, they come back. If they don't, great, and I'm happy for them. And obviously, I would rather have them, in a happy, fulfilled relationship. And then there are some who will, they get catfished by other people, and they discover me in my social media, and we connect that way, and they thought they were in a relationship with that person, and they're devastated to find out that they're not, but sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't, and we connect on the level that we connect with, but it's not going to ever be a relationship. I have other people who see my YouTube, my Instagram, my Twitter, and they are attracted to me, and so they subscribe to me, and then they find out that I have a partner, and they want to just pretend that I don't have a partner. I can't just make my life go away for a subscriber. There are other people who like to hear about my partner, but they also form an attachment. A lot of those people also have a partner, or they're involved on another level. They're married, or they're living with someone. And so yesterday, I've had trouble on and off with two particular subscribers, and one of them left yesterday. And while I'm not crazy about seeing people go, I'm not, I could have probably earlier on, when I felt the toxicity of the responses, I probably could have just said, look, you're not happy here, just, better for everyone if you just move on, but I didn't, and I'm not in control of how other people process their emotions and how, they do things, and so I wouldn't want to tell someone, like, look, this is best for you if you don't, stay here. But I was noticing that whenever have a subscriber who's being difficult, when they take breaks and I feel this weight lifted off of me that I didn't even realize was there, then I know that this is the best thing. Sometimes they come back and I'm so disappointed because I think that it was the best move for everybody for them to not come back. And so yesterday somebody left, and that happens. It's going to happen. My business is not set up as a churn and burn. It's not set up to, I want to give a discounted rate for 400 people to come and subscribe to me, and then, they're going to consume what they want to consume, and then when they decide that they want to see a blonde or a redhead or, somebody older, somebody younger, it's not that many people older, but somebody younger, then they move on, and they go do their thing, and that's one way to run a business. Then there's the smaller, dial it down creator where you've got, maybe 200 or 300 people that subscribe to you, but you pour everything into those 200 or 300 people, and that's where your money comes from, and they are, buying all your stuff, they're tipping you, they're buying you presents, they're all in. And you keep the group very small so that you can give them all the attention that, you can give them. So mine is kind of somewhere in the middle. I like personal connections, but I can usually tell right away if I post a picture, if I ask a question, the kind of response I get. And I don't want to get into like the different types, because, sometimes there's the people that want to overshare. There's the people that, share just enough. There's the people that aren't comfortable sharing anything. There's a lot of different categories. There's as many categories of subscribers as there are people. But this particular subscriber, we had a lot in common, and he liked a lot of my content and was very positive about it, and would very often have me do custom photos and custom videos and things like that. We discussed ideas for things, and we had a good connection. But I would always notice that when something was going on, now whether that was me personally, something was going on with me, or something was going on in his private life that I knew nothing about, but whenever something was going on, I noticed that the criticism stepped up a little. That was nice, but I prefer it when you wear lingerie. Or, oh, that was nice, but I like you better in the color purple, or whatever. You look very pretty today. The video would have been better if your hair had been down. Have you thought about getting a better camera? I don't like the filter you used on that. It was too cloudy. I didn't like the lighting in those photos. Things like that. And I'm not one who doesn't take any feedback. I'm not saying, like, don't ever tell me that you don't like something. But there's a spirit in which that is done. And when there's, like, a little bit of attitude toward it and gets very passive-aggressive, then it's time to go. It's just, I don't enjoy that. And across the board, whenever someone is like that, they are so sensitive to any pushback that you give them. If 500 people unlocked a video and loved it, and one person said, look, if you're going to make this your business, you're going to need to do X, Y, Z, because that's not going to work. Well, it did work, and people liked it, and it got the job done. It was what I wanted to put out there. It was my product, and people liked it, and they liked it for their own reasons, and you didn't like it for whatever reason, and you're telling me this, and I appreciate that. But don't tell me that if I want to do this for work, it's going to have to be like this, because that's not true. And so when that stuff happens, when that comes across in that controlling way, and you say, well, everybody else liked it, you see the red flags as if it were like a real toxic relationship, like not just a creator subscriber, but like a real toxic in person. This is the guy you go out with, because they say things like, well, maybe I care more about your business than the other people do. Well, maybe I care enough to tell you the truth and they don't. So it becomes like I know what's best for you and you don't. And that's when it gets bad. That's when it gets dangerous. And so yesterday that person left, and today I'm detoxing